Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. WWE star Rhea Ripley sent a heartfelt message to her husband ahead of tonight's edition of SmackDown. The Eradicator will be in action in a marquee match at WWE Bash in Berlin on August 31st. Ahead of tonight's episode of The Blue Brand, AEW star Buddy Matthews, formerly known as Buddy Murphy in WWE, sent a message to his wife, Rhea Ripley. The veteran is set to compete alongside his House of Black stablemates in the London ladder match for the AEW Trios Championships this Sunday at All In 2024. The AEW star noted that he missed his family and shared a picture of his dogs. He added that he cannot wait to get home to see Rhea Ripley, as seen in his Instagram post below. Ripley reacted to her husband's message on Instagram and noted that she and their dogs missed him as well. "Come home, the kids miss you, so do I," she wrote. Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest, the Terror Twins, will be squaring off against the Judgment Day's Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio in a mixed tag team match at Bash in Berlin next weekend. Rhea Ripley sends bold message to injured WWE superstar. WWE Raw star Rhea Ripley recently sent a message to Charlotte Flair and claimed she could defeat the veteran again. Ripley got the better of Flair at WrestleMania 39 to capture the SmackDown Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair has been out of action since last December with a torn ACL, MCL, and meniscus. In an exclusive interview with Sportskeeda Wrestling earlier this month, Ripley claimed she could defeat Flair again and vowed to put her back on the shelf when she returns. "Good luck. Mommy is bigger and better than ever, and I beat you at WrestleMania 39, so you best believe that I can do it again. I love you, princess. Get back and be safe because Mommy's gonna put you back down." 209 to 223, Ripley was involved in a storyline relationship with Judgment Day member Dominic Mysterio before the 27-year-old betrayed her at SummerSlam. It will be fascinating to see what the promotion has planned for the storyline in the weeks ahead on WWE Raw. As the clock ticked closer to the live broadcast of WWE SmackDown, the atmosphere in the locker rooms was electric. The excitement, the tension, and the nerves that filled the air were palpable. Superstars prepared for their matches, reviewed strategies, and mentally psyched themselves up for what was to come. Among them was Rhea Ripley, one of the fiercest competitors on the roster, who was set to take center stage later that evening. But tonight was different for Rhea. Beneath her usual tough exterior, there was a softness, a vulnerability that she had been holding close to her chest. Tonight, her mind wasn't just on the match she was about to perform. It was also on her husband, who was watching from afar. The couple had been together for a few years, a relationship that blossomed away from the prying eyes of the public. They had both known the challenges of balancing their personal lives with the demanding world of professional wrestling, and they had navigated it together, hand in hand. Yet, with Rhea's rising stardom, the time they spent together had become increasingly limited, a fact that weighed heavily on her heart. Rhea sat in front of her locker, lacing up her boots with deliberate care. Her phone buzzed beside her, and she picked it up, expecting a message from her manager or one of the WWE officials. Instead, her face softened as she saw the name on the screen, her husband. "Hey, babe. Just wanted to wish you luck tonight. You're going to kill it, as always. Miss you so much." Rhea felt a lump form in her throat as she read the message. It was a simple text, but it carried the weight of their love, the longing they both felt. She quickly typed a response, "Thanks, love. I miss you too, more than words can say. I'll be thinking of you out there. This one's for you." She hit send and sat back, closing her eyes for a moment. The life of a WWE superstar was exhilarating, but it came with its own set of sacrifices. The late nights, the grueling travel schedule, and the constant physical strain were all part of the package. But the hardest part was being away from the people she loved the most, especially him. Rhea's thoughts drifted to their last night together before she had to hit the road again. They had spent the evening curled up on the couch, watching old wrestling matches and laughing at the commentary. It was a rare moment of peace in their otherwise hectic lives. He had held her close, his arm draped protectively around her, and she had felt safe, cherished. "I wish we could have more nights like this," she had whispered. "We will, Rhea. I promise, ****, he had replied, pressing a kiss to her forehead. Now, as she prepared to step into the ring, she clung to that memory. It gave her strength, reminding her of why she did what she did. Every match, every promo, every grueling workout was for them, for their future. The knock on her locker room door snapped her out of her reverie. It was time. Rhea took a deep breath and stood up, adjusting her gear one last time. As she walked toward the curtain, she could hear the roar of the crowd growing louder. The anticipation was building, the energy infectious. But instead of feeling nervous, she felt a sense of calm wash over her. She pulled out her phone one last time and sent a quick voice message, "I love you. Thank you for always believing in me. I'm going to give them a show they'll never forget. See you soon." With that, she slipped her phone into her bag and made her way to the gorilla position. The other superstars and staff gave her nods of encouragement as she passed, but her focus was laser-sharp. She wasn't just doing this for herself tonight. She was doing it for him. As her entrance music hit, the crowd erupted. The adrenaline surged through her veins as she stepped out onto the stage, her gaze intense, her stride confident. The fans fed off her energy, cheering louder as she made her way down the ramp. But in the back of her mind, she could still hear his voice, his words of encouragement echoing in her ears. The match itself was a whirlwind of action. Rhea moved with precision and power, dominating her opponent with a mix of brutal strikes and high-impact maneuvers. But it wasn't just physical strength that fueled her performance, it was the love she carried with her, the support of the man who believed in her unconditionally. As the match neared its climax, Rhea found herself in the perfect position to deliver her finishing move. The crowd was on its feet, the noise deafening. With a fierce roar, she executed the move flawlessly, pinning her opponent to the mat for the 3 count. The referee's hand hit the mat, and the bell rang, signaling her victory. Rhea stood up, her chest heaving with exertion, as the referee raised her hand in triumph. The crowd's cheers were thunderous, but in that moment, all she could think about was him. She wished he could be there with her, to share in this victory, to see how much his love had pushed her to achieve. Backstage, as she made her way to the locker room, she grabbed her phone again, eager to see his reaction. Sure enough, there was a new message waiting for her. "You were incredible, babe. I knew you'd crush it. I'm so proud of you. Can't wait to see you again." Rhea smiled, her heart swelling with affection. She quickly replied, "Thank you, love. I couldn't have done it without you. I miss you so much. We'll be together soon, I promise." She sent the message and leaned against the wall, letting the emotions of the night wash over her. Despite the distance, despite the challenges, their love remained unshakable. And as she stood there, the adrenaline still coursing through her veins, she knew that no matter what came next, they would face it together, stronger, closer, and more in love than ever. As she packed up her gear and prepared to head back to the hotel, Rhea Ripley felt a sense of peace settle over her. The road ahead was long, and there would be more battles to fight, both in and out of the ring. But with her husband by her side, even from miles away, she knew she could conquer anything.